everyone, I'm Ron Cantor and you're watching Out of Zion on GODTV. We're beginning a brand new series named after a book I wrote called Identity Theft: How Jesus Was Robbed of His Jewishness. We're going to take a look at the names of several of the central characters of the New Testament. And let's start with the most important one, the Messiah. Not too long ago, a well-known street evangelist banned the use of the name Yeshua on his website and Facebook page. What was his reasoning? The popular preacher said, "While I'm sure there are some who feel they are honoring God when they use the name Yeshua instead of Jesus, I would prefer that they stay with the English rather than Yeshua." He was bothered by a statement that someone left demanding that he use the name Yeshua exclusively. And the fellow who left the note did so in a less than honoring way. I do agree with the comment that it was rude, but to ban people on his site from using the Messiah's real name, Yeshua, the name that his mother and brothers called him, and the name that God prophetically gave him, seems ridiculous. I do understand that he's responding to immature people with religious spirits who focus more on names than substance, but still his contempt for the name Yeshua is misplaced. Personally, I have no problem with people calling the Messiah by the name Jesus, Jesus, Isa, or Isus, but there's something special about his name in Hebrew that we don't want to miss. Let me make a few points. Number one, if we're going to be linguistically correct, the name Jesus is the English transliteration of the Greek transliteration of Yeshua. If the name had not bypassed Greece on its way to England, we would call him Joshua. And in the Hebrew scriptures, the name Yeshua appears nearly 30 times and refers to as many as 5 different people. My point is that Yeshua was a common Hebrew name. Number 2, the name Yeshua is of significance because the noun Yeshua, using the same root in Hebrew, means salvation. Listen to the words that the angel shared with Joseph. "She will give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Yeshua because he will save his people from their sins." In other words, name him salvation because he will save. When we transliterate his name to other languages, we miss this powerful wordplay. The name Yeshua is the shortened form of Yehoshua or Joshua, meaning Yahweh is salvation. It's interesting that in the New Testament, the name Joshua is used twice. In Greek, Joshua and Jesus are the exact same word, Isus. But English translators decided to translate Isus when referring to Joshua from Hebrew. But when referring to the Messiah, they chose the Greek. So in your New Testament, you are left to think that Jesus and Joshua are 2 different names when in fact, they are exactly the same. I don't think that our wonderful Messiah cares if you call him by his Greek name, his English Greek name, his Spanish name, or even his Chinese name. I don't believe that Yeshua gets caught up in such things, but God forbid that we harbor attitudes of negativity against the actual name that God gave him. Now, while we're talking about it, let me address a question that I've received from time to time. There is a teaching that the English name Jesus actually comes from the word Zeus, the pagan god. Let me be clear, there is no, as in zero, historical evidence for this. The Greek-speaking world has been using the name Isus for Yeshua since the gospel was preached to them by the first apostles. That is the word that Paul used in all of his writings to the congregations, and it's hard to believe that Paul, a Jew, would use any word connected to Greek mythology. Now, I understand that there are lots of strange people out there obsessing over Hebrew words and Jewish customs, and they often express their zeal in an arrogance that is unbefitting of a believer in Yeshua. But let's not lose something so precious and wonderful because of them. Now make sure you go to GOD.TV so you never miss an episode, and you can always find me at roncantor.com.
Please follow Ron on Twitter and Facebook at Ron S. Cantor to find out more about Ron and his ministry. For more information on GODTV and the Out of Zion programs, or to view these programs again, go to god.tv/Zion.